Hello and welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Xenon ZT back at it again with What If Asta Was a Saiyan number 2. So I'm gonna do a little recap of what happened last time. It was Asta landing in the Black Clover Kingdom, and especially in Haji village, and getting picked up by the priest and being raised with Yuno and the other orphans as one of them. Asta doing some training and stuff, powering up his ki, and doing physical training to the point of exhaustion, and him not getting a grimoire, and him getting into the black balls because Yami recognized the power of this kid. So yeah, we're gonna jump right back into it. So, yeah, by him joining the Black Balls, Asta and Yami went into the castle of the Black Balls, the worst knights. And Asta getting there, Yami told him that he will work him to the bone, especially because he does not have any ounce of magic in his veins. So yeah, and I start getting pumped up, right? Saying to Yami, yeah, let's do that. I want to train. I want to get stronger. And I want to do my dream to become, not a dream, it's a dream for him to fight strong opponents. Opponents that even the magic, magic emperor will find difficult to defeat. I want to fight those. And Yami saying, shut up, you battle hungry dumbass. And yeah, and then they got into the castle and them getting introduced to each other. And then Magna challenged Asta to a battle, a 1-1 battle outside. And Luck and Vanessa and everyone else was pretty pumped up because they didn't see any grimoire with this kid, this weird ass kid. So yeah, Magna said, if you want to be one of us, you have to defeat me first. And they got outside, and Magna straight up pulled his grimoire and threw his fireball at Asta. Asta instantly charged up a small ki blast and fired it back at Magna, devastating. The fireball that Magna shot, it was more potent and stronger than Magna's fireball, and it landed straight in Magna's gut, sending him flying and getting him bruised all over him, bruised up from the toe to tip of his head. And Magna got upset. Dang, kid, didn't expect that from you. I usually we usually have to teleport them before they get hit by the attack. And Asta straight up saying, I'm sorry about that. And Magna said, you're one manly kid, and welcome to the Black Balls. So yeah, after that, Asta and Magna showed Asta the castle, and then they went into the bedrooms, and he showed him his bedroom, one beat up and destroyed. Asta getting to clean it. Then Magna invited Asta to the bath. So yeah, they went into the bath, and Asta, by removing his clothing, Magna saw some weird ass thing dangling from Asta's booty. It was the great ape tail. And Magna said, what the fuck is that? And Asta said, it's attached to my body. Look. And then Asta started moving it up and down. And then he wrapped it around his waist and sat down. So yeah. And after that, after the shower and stuff, talking about being manly and getting strong with Magna, Asta went to sleep. But at the middle of the night, Asta woke up and went outside. By him going outside, Asta for the first time looked into the moon, and then a primal rage, a beast deep down, came out. A monster in the shape of a great ape. And then the ape grew and grew 10 times, 20 times. It was bigger than the castle, and it started wreaking havoc on the outside, on the outskirts of the castle. And then the Black Bulls woke up to that horrifying scene. A great ape shooting ki blast from its mouth. And then Yami came outside and said, damn it, kid, your first day and you're wreaking havoc on the place. Damn you. And well, he said that because he recognized the ki coming out of Asta. And then Yami pulled down his katana in his grimoire and he shot a dark spell, as a dark slash at Asta's tail. And he cut it out. And then Asta started turning back into his usual form, into the normal human form. And then before Asta hit the ground, Fenrol used his ability to teleport him into the ground without him hitting it hard. And yeah, Asta woke up buck ass naked with his muscles cabolting everywhere. And then he looked at him and said, "What happened?" "I came out to take a piss." And then Yami picked him by the head and said, if you didn't have potential, I would squeeze the pimple between your shoulders like it's nothing." And then Asta straight up scared shitless because Yami was emanating such ferocious and strong aura. And then said, "Sorry, Captain Yami." And then Yami said, "Be prepared tomorrow, kid. It will be hell on earth." And then they went back to sleep like nothing happened. The second day, Asta woke up with Yami, and then they went into the mountains near the castle. And Yami started teaching him about the basics of the ki, feeling and sensing. He started teaching him about sensing the surroundings, sensing the movement using the ki. And then Asta picked that up pretty fast. And then Yami said, "I have one more thing. I can't manifest the key like you do, but I can teach you this one." And then Yami said, "Concentrate all your ki on one place, on one blast, and shoot it." And Asta tried first time, failed. It backfired on him and set him flying. And then Asta said, "I won't give up." And then he got up again. And this time he put his hand together like he's preparing a final flash. And then he concentrated all the ki surrounding him, all the ki inside his body. And it started emanating lightning coming out of his body, the stuff of nightmares for normal humans. And then he shot it, and he shouted, "Final destruction!" And then half the forest was obliterated. And then Yami said, "Kid, I wasn't expect that from you. That was amazing, yet stupid. I didn't say put all your power in it." Then Yami punched him. And Yami has a pretty good physique. And he told him, "Kid, you need to learn some martial arts or some fighting skills, because right now you can't do stuff. You have to concentrate a lot. You have to grasp the basics of ki first." And then Asta started saying, "Yeah, I do that a lot. Actually, I do a lot of meditation, a lot of physical training." And Yami said, "That's good. Keep it up." And then while Yami and Asta were coming back from sorry about that, from the training session, Yami and Asta watched Noelle as she created this huge water around her and started destroying the place. And Yami said, "Damn it, another ruckus." And he picked Asta up and said, "I know you can do it, kid." And he threw Asta at Noelle, but he started losing momentum before he reached the bubble of water. And Asta, before he did that, he started thinking and putting all his ki in his leg. And then he shot faster through the blast, picking up Noelle in his hand and putting her down. Hovering down, he started hovering down like nothing happened, because Asta right now learned how to float. And he put Noelle down, and Noelle was pretty disgusted by him, and he said, "You have some pretty strong magic there. I don't have any ounce in my body, but I recognize your strength. Train and do this and that, and you will become one of the strongest in the nation." And that was for Noelle the first person to accept her, except for Yami. And then Magna and the others said, "That's why you're such a cocky bitch, because you afraid from us judging you." And then Noel broke down in tears, and that was the start of the relationship between Asta and Noel, the relationship. So yeah, the day afterwards, Asta, Magna, Yami came down to the base and told him that he lost a gamble and that the old man told him that he needs some magic knights to hunt some boars in this bumpkin village. So yeah, Magna and Asta and Noel was picked up for the mission, and Magna told them that yeah, we need to fly because that place is pretty far away. Asta said can't use magic, sorry, and Noel said can't control it, and Magna said oh shit. And then and something clicked in Asta's mind because he's a fast learner, as we see in the anime and in the manga. Asta is a pretty fast learner. I would say he is faster than Goku at a point. So yeah, Asta said, maybe if I did what I did last night, maybe I can do something. And Asta started concentrating his ki on his legs. Don't forget, Saiyans have such a good nature, such a good control of ki that they can fly easily. So that's a plus. And Asta started concentrating his ki just like Gohan explained to Videl, you need to feel it from the inside and then push yourself up. And then Asta started pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, and then he started hovering. And Magna said, what the fuck are you, kid? What the fuck? You can fly? Damn. And Asta said, I can fly, but I need to keep concentrating. So yeah, Asta started floating, and Magna picked up his broom and Noel on top with him on the back seat of the broom, and Asta held the broom so he can keep the momentum of him flying because he's not a super. He did not pick it up that fast. He need just like the little wheels on a bike. You learn with them. That's it. That's what I mean. So yeah, Asta started floating, and he grabbed the end of the broom and they started flying. And then in the middle of the road, Asta released it and he started flying by himself, just like a scaredy cat because Asta is dumbass. So yeah, he started flying just like a dog on four legs, just like a baby walks. So yeah, and they reached the village, and then they found it in tatters, broken down, a lot of dead bodies, and Asta, when he landed, he felt this ominous aura, this ominous ki, and that pissed him off, especially when he saw dead villagers everywhere. And then he landed face to face with the assailant, or the assaultant, or whatever the fuck they called, the midnight eye bullshit. And then Asta was frozen in place immediately because of the fucking leader of that gang. He got frozen immediately, and Asta started concentrating his ki and flexing his amazing muscles, and he broke down from it. And then the villain shot a huge shard of ice on some small kids, and that pushed Noelle to use her magic, and she created the, the Naga shield, or whatever they call it, the Naga circulation, or whatever. I don't remember the name of that spell. So yeah, and then Magna and Asta engaged in battle with the the magic the magic users who were attacking, and Asta straight up got pissed. The more he gets pissed, the more he rises in power. The more he get injured, the more he gets power, the Zenkai boost. So Asta straight up engaged in hand-to-hand combat, defeating the villain, but the villain used his eyes for his advantage to attack Asta from the back and from the sides because Asta was trying so hard to fight one-on-one. And then Asta jumped back and said to everybody, get back now. And then he put his hand together and he focused his energy in his hand, and he released the final destruction, and it engulfed the villain, engulfed him, and it knocked him out. And Magna said, "Damn kid, that's some pretty good magic, some pretty good attack there." And Asta said, "If I wanted to kill him, I could easily do it, but I want him to repent for his action." And then the villain woke up and he froze himself in his soldier, and then he used the suicide destruction and he died with them. And everybody was cheering. Then Nero the bird grabbed the magic stone and landed on Asta's head. And then everybody, as the anime and manga, everybody thanked Asta. Then Asta talked to the little kid and told him, "Listen, kid." The kid told Asta that his grandfather admired the magic knights and he wanted to be with one of them, but he's magic and he took a lot of time for that. And then the kid told Asta, "I want to be a magic knight too." And Asta said, but the kid said, "I have a low reserves of mana." Then the Asta answered, "Kid, you have low reserves of mana? I have none, but look at me. I'm doing it, so I'm pretty sure you can do it yourself." And then Asta fist bumped the kid, and then they went their separate ways. I'll be ending it here. I know this is kind of weird for a what if, especially in a place where they use magic. I hope you enjoyed. Drop a like, drop a subscription. Thank y'all for 50 subscribers and everybody who commented on the last couple of videos I dropped. You killed it, boy. So let's hit 100 subscribers before not before. Let's hit 100 subscribers. Thank y'all. See you in the next part. And it's been your boy Xeno ZT. Later.